Hey guys, welcome back to the Puggle Reborn channel. We are checking out the latest dev blog 137, the Hyena. So stinking excited, guys. It's already on the banner, so you probably already know. But guys, this last week, I'm gonna give you guys just a quick tidbit of it, so that way you guys aren't in the dark. Before I get into it though, in the description below, it's going to have all the timestamps when we start really talking about this, the dev blog, my thoughts and opinions on that, so check that out. And then also, at the very end, I'll be talking about my milestone giveaway that is coming soon to you. We'll get into that in a second, but for now, I'm just going to give you guys, I want complete transparency here, so that there's no like, oh wow, this nobody ended up getting early access. So here's the deal. This past Sunday, I ended up giving them a letter. I sent them an email, not a letter, but I sent them an email, and I just gave them the truth about everything. I told them how I like getting the game, some stories with that, and so on, and just with my wife and all that. I ended up talking to him about, admittedly asking him about early access, but I told him truthfully, like, it's not about money or any of that. This is one of my favorite companies. They care about their fans. They care about the work that they put in, and they do an absolute incredible job painting a picture for all of us. And I support them. I've always supported them since I've been able to get my hands on the game. And my YouTube channel, my channel is very well focused around Battle Brothers. Of course, it's mostly the Legends mod aspect of it. But it's just where I was at when I started doing YouTube. But I am so stinking excited to showcase that. So straight off the bat, Monday morning they got back to me. Jason here, the one who does these all these posts, guys, ended up getting back to me and just had such amazing feedback. Just so down to earth, very cool about everything. And at the very end, they let me know that I'm gonna get that early access. So what that means ultimately, again, I will say at the end, but I just want to give a super huge shout out to two different groups here. Number one, Overhyped Studios. Thank you so much, guys, for even considering me, being willing to do that. I'm a channel with, I'm 200 and however many subs right now, but it is an absolute blessing. So thank you so much for letting a smaller channel be able to do that. It's beyond words what I can actually give to you guys. So I'm hoping I can give back in this way as well, which is going to be the last part at the end of the episode again. And then the second people I want to thank is everybody who's coming through to the channel, hitting the like, subscribing, being a part of this this Puggo community. I absolutely love you guys. It's been so much fun. My favorite thing is not likes, it's not subs, it's the comments. When I'm able to engage with the audience, the people that are watching and the people that are enjoying the content, that is my absolute love. So thank you so much to everybody involved in this, because it isn't just me, it's people that want to be a part of this too and care about this type of content. So thank you so much with that. Again, at the end of this video, it's going to be a little more crazy because it's a milestone and stuff. I always do giveaways and stuff. So there will be content on the giveaway aspect. So if you love Battle Brothers, you're not a subscriber, you don't care 2 cents about who I am, that's perfectly fine. This still pertains to you. So hang tight to the end. Without further ado, guys, devlog 137, the Hyena, one of my favorite animals of all time. Wild animals at that. While direwolves, webnecks, and scrats dwell deep in dark forests of the north, the upcoming southern deserts have entirely different beastly inhabitants. We've already learned about the Ifrit, intended most... It is Ifrit, right? I think it's Ifrit. Ifrit or Ifrit. I always say Ifrit, so I feel like that's wrong. But anyways, intended mostly as an opponent for well-established companies, this week is about the new beastly opponent for you to face in early and mid-game, the Hyena. Let's take a look. Just kind of a show on here. That's so beautiful. The artwork is like completely spot on. Alright, so again, the Hyena. Prowling the southern deserts and steppes is the Hyena, a carnivorous mammal that resembles a poorly groomed cross between feline and canine. Prey that can be few and far between in the endless sea of sand, and so the hyena is both scavenger and nocturnal hunter. Many a travel lost in the desert end up a feast for the pack of hyenas, but whether they tore him apart while he was still alive or he died of thirst long ago the pack came upon him, he died of thirst long before the pack came upon him is another matter. Yeah, that sounds about right. So in the barren wastes of the south, no scrap of flesh can go to waste, and the hyena has a jaw strong enough to crush bone, so it can get to every last shred. As it turns out, a jaw that can crush bone can crush armor quite well too, making the hyena a threat also to men in armor that would protect them against lesser wildlife. Although the hyena is smaller than the northern direwolf, and not always able to kill an unarmored man in a single turn, the way it rips flesh from its victims can leave terrible bleeding wounds and inflicting bleeding status effect. A battle against starved hyenas, which I think this is something we want to remember right here, okay? I don't know, I might be reading too much into it, but just hang on to that, starved hyenas. A battle against starved hyenas is not quickly lost as quickly against a pack of dire wolves, but it may well be over before you even realize it, when your men live on borrowed time as they slowly bleed out while the hyenas circle you in anticipation of a feast. Let's see here. So, hyenas roam and attack in packs that swarm and often surround their prey, attacking from multiple angles. They're faster in combat than most other opponents, even faster than dire wolves. A single hyena can attack 3 times a turn, often overwhelming their victims and leaving them fatigued as they try to dodge every attack. However, their morale isn't particularly good, and like most beasts, they're especially afraid of firearms spewing smoke and fire with loud bang, unreliable as they otherwise may be. Naturally, hyenas drop unique loot which can either be sold or used to craft new items, including new armor attachment if you own Beast and Exploration DLC. Alright, so with that being said, guys, I actually have a little bit of I have a decent understanding about hyenas, and the reason for this is simply the first time I ever played Dungeons & Dragons, D&D, as most people know, right? I am so noobish on that. But either way, I wanted to be a gnoll. Now, if you don't know what a gnoll is a hybrid human/hyena. And so to play that character was very unique. And I had to understand how hyenas actually are and how they portray gnolls and stuff. And while they're not exactly the same thing, there's some really key things that you need to know about hyenas in general. So they're not super small, okay? And that's one of the things I pulled up here. This guy here, I don't know his name. I've actually watched a few of his videos. He has pretty much brought himself into these, I don't know, it's like in captivity or something, and these hyenas love him, right? Well, hyenas are very social animals. They're incredibly social, and the chain of command is very different than your average normal pack of, like, let's say wolves, because they're not canine and they're not feline, and I can't remember the name of it. There's actually a separate grouping for hyenas in themselves. But with how social they are, it's actually females that can be up to 10 to 30% in terms of strength and size compared to your normal male. Males are more like the scrappers, if anything. Oh, I almost dumped my water. But yeah, so they're more of like scrappers and so on. But just to give you an idea how big these things actually are, they can get pretty big. I don't know if I agree completely with this chart. I guess I could be wrong, but that is a big hyena either way. But one of the unique things about hyenas is their neck is very, very thick. It's a very thick hide. It's definitely a defense mechanism because of how long their neck is because their number one their number one enemy, I should say, is lions. Okay, in the savannah, for instance. And so there's constantly quarrels going on between that, and they're actually very intelligent even too. Just how they attack and so on, they will throw themselves like one in. And that's what I think is interesting about how Battle Brothers is portraying this. I didn't want to stray too far away, but you know, one of the things they do is they run in, right? So you have the one, it says runs in, and like they're really fast to get to attack. Well, it's got the berserker mentality for one. Okay, the berserker mentality is where when the orc young jump into the line of combat, the berserkers try to work their way around your line to hit your back line or to hit the sides and so on. One of the strategies that I use, I'm just going to throw a little strategy thing out. My best guys usually are on the outsides, not the middle, because the worst things happen on the outside. The collapsing factor on the outside can totally diminish half of your brothers in one fight. So the way I see it is Hyenas simply this. They might use just the concept of, I call them Nebuchadnezzars. They're not Nebuchadnezzars. Pretty much the ghouls. Ghoul runs up to your line one, and the other ones just wait to attack. So I'm assuming that there will be an initial attack, and then the other ones will surround. So when pretty much when hyenas attack lions, they want to grab the attention. And most of the time, the funny thing about it is the territory thing isn't about so much them just simply killing lions. They're not that way. They scavenge. They're great hunters, but they want to use their own dominance per se to get scraps. So like lions will kill something and then they'll come in with their pack and they'll just start attacking. They're more about the food than they are them. But here's the big thing here, guys. They nailed it. If you guys haven't seen a jaw of a hyena, it's incredible. So they literally, the spread here and the pounds, the pressure, the PSI in every bite, every square inch of their mouth can exude 1100 PSI. Okay, whereas a lion, I believe, I think it's like 600 PSI, to give you an idea. And their teeth are meant for just chopping up bones. One bite, if this thing was to grab your arm, it would shatter everything in your arm. And the funny thing is because their turns, if you ever look at how these guys turn, like their necks, they struggle with their movements, okay? So when they bite and they go to shake, it's literally they use the back end of their body and shake really hard. I'm trying to think of how to explain. If you ever thrown like a baseball or a football, even you pivot your back foot. Well, you know, they're using their front motion and they're using their back hind legs to do an extra whip through a bite. It's little things like that. So I think it's cool because it's not only like bone crushing, it's going to do some armor damage, but it also is going to cause the bleed, which is pretty understandable if you look at some of this. I always think this picture I was looking at some of the pictures, and this is such a good representation, just seeing how their teeth are. And they have like different types of teeth. I can't remember what they're called, but they're meant for that. So without any more than that, they are a little bit smaller than your direwolf, as it does talk about in here. So yeah, I'm willing to believe that their health is going to be probably 25 to 50 hit points less. I don't know exactly what the hit points are for a direwolf. Maybe it's like 100, but I think these things are going to actually they're going to have some more armor than a direwolf. That would be my guess. I don't know. With less health. Just because, like I say, their neck hide is very thick. And it's more of a defense thing because I don't know, and just how they're built. Think of like a big bulldog, or not a boxer, but like just a bigger bulldog, smaller on the waist, whereas the torso or the chest and so on is bigger and more compact. So that's kind of the deal, and they are a little bit smaller. Now, where I said earlier we need to be focused on, of course it's going to be some up here, scavenger. It said that they were starved hyenas. Something tells me that because this is definitely the second version of the hyena. This is your normal hyena. This is like direwolf form, and then this is your frenzied direwolf. Well, I'm thinking this is going to be the starved hyena. I just got a feeling based on just seeing this picture. There's definitely two different tiers of these things. Oh, it could be a frenzied, I don't know. But I do like that there's a bleeding element to this. They are different in the way that when they attack, they're probably going to pull a few at you and then use the other ones to flank. It's beautiful. It's a very good synergy. I was really curious how they were going to work these guys out. The only thing I don't know is it says that they overwhelm their victims, but I don't, like right here, often overwhelming their victims. So I don't really know. I don't know if they're going to have that ability through the frenzied or starved direwolves. But yeah, so one of my favorite favorite animals, and specifically because of my D&D campaign with a gnoll, which was named Nasik, which I actually used in one of my first Battle Brother campaigns. It's just like perfect. It actually kind of follows suit what I was talking to Overhyped Studios about last weekend with one of my characters. That's a whole nother thing. They'll know what I'm talking about if they're listening to this. So okay, so with that all being said and done, guys, I am so excited for that. I think it's a great character. I hope that they add another beast just to have some more flavor in that desert. But yeah, so here's the next thing. Now, if you guys made it this far, this is the big deal. All right, so my channel is at 230-ish in that area of subscribers, right? So my milestone is at 300 subscribers. I give away the game. Every time I hit a milestone, I give away something. The first milestone, I gave away the game, and so which was 100. I actually didn't think it was going to happen until a full year. That was my yearly goal, and we hit that within, I think it was like 3 months. So I just want to thank again everybody who's a part of this, everybody who believes in the content and has been enjoying the content. Thank you so much. You guys make this fun for me. So here's the next thing. My big milestone that I didn't think I'd hit for another year at least was to get early access on a game. And being it's Battle Brothers, it's just too good. It's too good to be true. So here's what's going to happen when the game is out and I have early access. For my subs, if you're subscribed, this is the perfect time to subscribe. I hate asking for subscribers, but this is a big thing, okay? I will be picking out three people out of my subs for the Blazing Deserts DLC. I'll be giving away 3 different keys, or not keys. Well, I'll be giving that game away 3 different ways, 3 different DLC things for you guys. So that's going to happen by the end of early access. So the day that this drops, you guys will get one. Somebody, but I want to know who, and I want to hear the story. My thing is this: I care more about comments than I do about the other stuff. I do care about subs. I do care about likes. I'm not going to come at you lying like that. But it's about the interaction. That's what matters to me. And the people that are interacting, the people that want this, I want to hear from you. That's a big part of it. Now, again, once I get to 300 subscribers, I'll be giving away the game. So, boom, add that into that mix. That's 4 different things that you guys can possibly get. And the other thing too is my next goal, my next milestone is 500. Now, when we get to 500, who knows what I'll do? Who knows at that point? If you go back to my 100th video, check that 100th video out, and you can see exactly how I handled the situation then. And yeah, it might be a little more enticing, but I want subscribers who like the content. That's what matters the most. So please check out the channel. Let me know what you guys think. Even if you've been on the fringe for a while, this no better time than now to join up. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. Massive thank you to Overhyped Studios. Thank you for giving a little channel a big opportunity. So once again, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.